Alrighty, so here we are playing some more Tropico 6. We're on to episode 14 of our Industry Island playthrough, so let's get into it. I was gonna start setting up the downtown area, so that's probably what I'm gonna focus on for most of this episode. We're starting to get people educated in the college, which is really nice. Wow, service quality of only 65 at the Brandenburg Gate, that's crazy. Should make all of them 100, honestly. Go through, make sure our movie theaters are functioning properly. Looks like we could use some more. Plenty of spare electricity.
Because eco-peril never sleeps. The seas are poisoned and the sky's full of holes. Woohoo!
Alrighty. So the environmentalists want us to build a solar power plant. Not a terrible idea, but I mean, with access to so much coal and uranium, I kind of don't think it's necessary. Let's build our first. Well, first let's look up here. Unemployed, we don't have too many vacant jobs. Oh, sorry, we don't have too many unemployed people. Homeless families. That's funny, that's like right whenever I deleted all the housing. That's really good. Anyways, so. However, I still want to go ahead and build up our first office. Let's go ahead and put it here. We're not going to use this little strip here, so let's go ahead and put some parks down through here. Something like that. Wow. Lots of people are moving in ever since we got the immigration office. 20 new people. And partly that's due to the fact that our overall happiness is way above the Caribbean happiness, which is really nice. Food should be at 100. The only people who wouldn't be able to afford food right now are, of course, the unemployed. So, pretty much everyone should have access to food. And the problem might be that we just quite don't have enough, or at least enough workers in the buildings. Let's go ahead and build a grocery downtown then. Maybe right here is a good spot. We'll quick build that. Max out the budget, and what I kind of want to do is kind of set up a downtown tenement, so somewhere kind of close by where anyone who quite doesn't make enough money for a whole apartment can at least get some housing. There's that, and let's check out our first modern apartment. Not right here, we'll leave this as kind of like a little plaza. Maybe this one. So I'm pretty sure, we'll just quick build this one for an example. I'm pretty sure that the people who live in this apartment are going to use the little door here. I mean, that only makes sense, right? And so you can kind of use that to your advantage to make cool looking plazas and stuff around. So in the middle, let's go ahead and consider building up a park here. I usually don't do this with such a big park, but let's put a 2x3. We'll do this one. So that looks alright. Not too bad. I kind of wish all of the bricks were the same. Like, as you can see, the bricks in this plaza are for like the fancy buildings. Like if we check out the modern apartment itself, you can see it's got like the fancy bricks. And then by the road is the normal bricks, which is also the brick layout for this grocery here. I mean, it's not like too important, it'd be kind of cool if they all were the same. And so as we can see, people, if they need to drive to the grocery, if they need to go to a grocery, because the grocery has road access, then people can go into a parking deck, get a car, and drive it to any building that has road access as well. That includes other parking decks, so if you're going to set up a system where people are using a lot of cars, then you want to set down a lot of parking decks around. Scar factories running into problems. Both of them are, so that tells me that honestly we probably could use a bit more tobacco. Or maybe what it is just more Teamsters. I think that's all the problem is. Lots of homeless families all of a sudden. It looks like some well-off families, so let's go ahead and put down a couple more of the modern apartments. I think that's a good idea. So I don't want to do the same building twice in a row. But I also don't want... Like, it would be nice if there was a building that had like the door there, kind of like this one, but this is the same building in the same spot, so put a different building here. And I think for this one, I'll do this one here. Quick build this one up for an example as well. And so I think this looks a lot better. Solar powered windows, because these buildings come naturally electrified. So you're going to need to worry about electricity. So up to 50 megawatts per apartment building. That's kind of a lot. So solar powered windows makes this quite a bit cheaper, over half as cheap electricity wise. So pretty important to pick that up. And we're starting to get a bit of a high rise going, which I think is cool. Like all this industry and normal like tenements all throughout here, very colorful and stuff, and then the industry is going to be going on, or the like downtown area. I think it's going to look pretty nice. So let's go ahead and bump this up to office. And so I talk about the office, I don't think I've talked about it much on many of these playthroughs, but they have lots of very nice work modes, and so we'll leave it on corporate business at least until we get more offices. But as an example, I'll show you. So we have $689 a month, every month, while the office is on this work mode. I think more workers means more money that this building will make. But the more office buildings you have on the same work mode, the less money that they'll generate. And so if we had 30 offices and they were all in corporate business, then it would be wise to mix in a little consumer business, a little official business, and then maybe even a couple of the solid and progressive business work modes as well. I'll leave this one on corporate business. That one's pretty standard. It generally makes the most money. So this counts all of the employed citizens you have across the island. And you generate money based on how many of those you have. And we also have consumer business, which is based on the residents living in residential buildings. Oh, actually only per family. Okay. It's the same amount of money, but of course there's going to be less families than there are workers. And then official business is way more money, but it's only people working in government and finance buildings. And so there's all that. And then solid and progressive business, the least amount of money, but it's each citizen that is oriented towards the intellectual and the conservative faction. So that can get pretty high up there. Let's see what we have right now. So we only have 334 conservatives and around the same amount at intellectuals. And so ideally, because that's pretty even, once we've kind of exhausted the upper three, then we'll want to mix in just like maybe 1 and 1, solid and progressive. But if you had a super conservative island, then you would want a handful on the solid business, of course, and maybe like 1 on progressive business. So there's all that. Our island is chugging along. We're making a whole lot of money. Lots of trucks moving around. We have lots of people driving cars. Every single person on the whole island can afford a car. So it shouldn't be too much foot traffic, which is kind of nice. People are really only going to be using vehicles, or sorry, walking to, ideally probably just to get to a building that they can actually get road access. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and set up another movie theater somewhere. Maybe we can do one downtown, that might be cool. So we already have one there. Right next to the Brandenburg Gate. I mean, we'll leave it for now. Looks like we kind of have a lot anyways. Check our population. It looks like the population's been going down. Oh yeah, we have the hospital here. So anyone can use this hospital. We should probably build a second, maybe even a third one. So let's go ahead and consider where we'll put a new hospital. I mean, we could, yeah, this would be ideal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demolish both of these buildings. I should have deleted the chapels a long time ago. Seems as though I've forgotten about one. Let's go ahead and probably just build like a downtown cathedral. Cathedral right next to the Brandenburg Gate. We'll do maybe this one here. No, we'll do this one here. I think that's fine. And then where the old chapel and I believe that was a clinic, where those two old buildings were, we'll put a new hospital. We'll have it face this way. And let's go ahead and put some parks out front. There we go. I reckon that we'll probably need some more Teamsters pretty soon. Could consider doing that. Unemployed, vacant jobs. Starting to get a full college, that's really nice. Let's check in on our high schools. They're not completely full, that's really good. Running into sugar and hide problems. Lots of wool sitting here. Lots of milk and other things, so...
Hey, Presidente, I could use some help. Mostly I'm a self-actuated individual type, but sometimes we all need friends.
Okay, so the Conservatives want us to build a new clinic, but I think we're going to ignore that for now. Let's go ahead and build up some more Teamsters offices. I know we're going to need them. I know we need them now, actually, so... Good to pick up. Can do one here, one here. One here, maybe. And maybe one here. But right here, definitely not going to use this little strip of land, so let's go ahead and just put a park. Maybe something like that. Okay. The office is completely full. Let's see how much money it's making now. $1,700 a month off of one building. And it's not producing any goods, it just needs a little electricity. And a large workforce. So that's pretty nice. We can get water coolers for them. And let's go ahead and build up a second one. We'll do... I kind of don't want like two of the same building because we're not going to have like a whole lot of these, you know, so I'd rather not get any of them ideally built like the same direction. I could do it like this, but then it might look goofy to have... I mean, I could just do it like this, build a park there, and this empty spot here. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'll build up a little park here. Can put this here, and then let's do a 2x2. I never build 2x2s. And both of these parks are actually the fancy brick type, so there's that. Let's go ahead and just quick build this office up. And so the last building was on $1,700 a month. Let's see what it goes down to. Now that we have more than one office on corporate business. Go ahead and get them water coolers. And let's go ahead and build another modern apartment. I'm going to, I think, put this one here. People will come out onto the street and they'll be right on this corner, right next to a parking deck, so I think that's nice. Lowest budget, solar powered windows, solar panel windows. Something that I always thought would be kind of cool is like different sizes of certain buildings. Like here we have the office, right? And the office has 5 worker slots and it's this big old building with like 200 rooms, and it's got the same footprint, a 2x3. It'd be cool if there was like smaller buildings, like maybe strip malls, just like they could fit into these smaller areas here, or even like I don't know, just like office buildings, like a 1x3 office. Or maybe like you could set up like a custom little strip here and make like one building as an office, one building as like a little grocery. I just feel like there's a lot of missed opportunity. Kind of restricting all of the buildings to be the kind of the same. There's not a whole lot of variety amongst all of the different build types and stuff. I think this little skyline's coming together pretty well. In the center we're gonna have a park, and I wanted to build up a, if I can find it, a restaurant somewhere around here. So now we kind of have the backdrop. Let's go ahead and consider where I could build one up at. I'm kind of thinking is maybe right here. And then what I could do is connect these roads back. At least that one, and put a new parking deck right here. I know there's one literally right on the other side of this little area, but I think it's nice. Now the college students can come right here, like just walk across the street. If they're old enough to drive, people come to the Brandenburg Gate, and now they have closer road access. Oh yeah, I built this at the end of the last episode. Let's check our trade deals. Haven't done that in a while. We have enough money that we can just buy all of the trade licenses. And so now what I want to do is get 2 trade routes to every country. We're only focusing on exports. We can sell boats to Russia. That seems fine. We're not making cars yet. Can sell our cigars. No, we're selling cigars already. Oh wow, that's a really good price for them though. 18k versus 20k. I should seal this in. And I'll go ahead and seal in the max with America here. So there's that. Furniture to the Middle East, we'll go ahead and do that. Not a great deal, so we'll go with the middle one here. And we have one to everyone, so I need one more to everyone. We can sell our juice to the highest bidder. I'll just take, well, we'll come back to this one. Let's see what else. We have rum to the Middle East, or to the Europe, sorry. We'll go ahead and take 15% on the lowest volume. Okay. I'm not making weapons quite yet. And I guess we'll pick up juice to really anyone. Let's see what we... As long as it's not Europe. So let's go ahead and pick it up to, I guess Russia's fine. And there we go. So hopefully that kind of boosted up some of our standings with various superpowers. Kind of looks like it did. I should send for... Actually no, we already are trying to become allies with America. And it looks like the Middle East wants us to fulfill an import trade route, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I kind of want to get away with not building up any, or sorry, not fulfilling any imports. This island's all about exports, exports, exports. So juicery is not getting what it needs. Another tannery over here. Check in on some random buildings. Yet we still need more teamsters, so let's go ahead and focus on that. Let's do some downtown teamsters. Why not? Can do one here. One here and here seems fine. And let's do one right behind the college here. Oops, wrong way. Plenty of vacant jobs, plenty of vacant housing, so we're in a pretty good spot here. Plenty of money consistently coming through. Starting to run into a lot of logistics issues. Hopefully that will be remedied with time. Let's go ahead, build up a little park right here. Not gonna use this strip of land anyways. Same thing with this little area here, not gonna use that. We could build up something here. What is the wage here? Wow, $18 a month to work in a stadium. That's pretty good. A rescue raid just got completed, so that's really nice. We got a bunch of educated people onto the island. The offices still aren't completely full, so I'll give it a little bit of time. Many of these students have a pretty good chance of being poor. Oh wow, it looks like everyone on the island is becoming well off. That's pretty wild. Yeah, not a single poor person made it to college yet. I wonder what the wages are. Wow, everyone's well off on this island. That's pretty crazy. People working in mines. But that's not right. Yeah, it's because I don't have the wages up. So we got rid of a bunch of them there. Someone working in a newspaper. Let's bump the wages up all the way on that. Someone working in a coconut harvester. That kind of makes sense though. Parking deck, nothing I can do there. Grocery, same thing. Someone who works in a church. Let's at least give them this wage here, so they make some pretty good money. Parking deck, coconut harvesters, logging camp. Fisherman's Wharf, can't do anything about that. Pirate Cove. The wage is pretty good on the Pirate Cove. It looks like a number of our pirates are either dead or they quit this job. So let's go ahead and cancel these 2 remaining missions. I'd rather get workers in there before doing missions. And so I think this area here is ready for us to build up just a bunch of parks. Let's do, I see an image here in my mind. I have an idea. A 2x2. Okay, we'll do a 2x2 aiming. Let's aim it this way. And then surround it with 1x1s. So turn off random variations. Make like a circle. And then like a square. Oops. And let's go and demolish this. Oof. So there we go. I think that looks like a pretty decent plaza. And pretty soon the population will start meandering their way through this. And let's go ahead and set this area up. I've seen another vision in my mind. Let's do a gazebo right in the middle. Do it sideways like that, and then surround this with 1x1s as well. Right here in this 2x1, let's put a 2x1. Ideally like that, I think. And then here, let's do like another circle, I think. And then right here, this is the back side of the hospital. Let's just do a building like this, I think. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty nice, I think. Decent little downtown plaza. Now all we gotta do is
You can't pray for national security. You have to take it from the battle.
now all I gotta do is kind of surround this area with a handful of skyscrapers, and the downtown area will be complete. So right here, nothing important going on, so let's go ahead and fill this in. And just like that, we have a small concrete jungle going on. Backside of this building, same as all the others, Nothing too important happening here. There we go. Plenty of vacant jobs. We're going to need more housing, so let's go ahead and build ourselves. Let's check the wages. These homeless families, it looks like they all need a new modern apartment. So let's go ahead and oblige them. You know what, I'm not going to make them next to each other. I think that's ideal. Let's go ahead and do this one here, I think. And what we can do is put an office on the back side of that building. Quick build both these up, get an idea of what everything's looking like. Solar powered windows. Max out the budget there, decrease the budget there. Water coolers. And so now let's check in on this building. It was up to 1700 and now we're down to 1400, so it'll continue to go down, diminishing returns until you change the work modes around and reach kind of a stable point. Checking on the college, it looks like it's starting to become quite full, but not completely full, so that's good. Checking on our high schools, yeah, interactive education for both of them. And you know what? We're making so much money. 120,000. We're making so much money that we can turn on kind of a lot of different edicts and we can pay for them all. So let's go ahead and get literacy program. What did it say? Cold War? No way. This is World War. Okay. So we got that. We're consuming knowledge every month, so... And then I deleted... No, we still have the library. I don't want to max the budget out, but let's put it at $19 a month per librarian. We could do... academic department. We can change the work mode to support public services. So let's go ahead and do that. And what's kind of annoying is that it decreases the efficiency. And so this means that to get the highest bonus from the library on all of our school buildings, we would need, on a medium budget, we would need like 4 of them. I mean, I guess we could build 4 libraries. It's a lot of space to be taking up whenever we want to spend most of our space on industry later. But let's go ahead and... Oh, a bank. I never built a bank. How foolish. The bank, I don't think the bank belongs right next to the church. Let's find another spot. And I could build it right next to the college and the Brandenburg Gate. But, I mean... Let's go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to move this Teamster's office. Let's move it down a block. That's fine. And then what I can do is build up, of course, a park here in front of this. And I can fit in some skyscrapers to kind of serve as a backdrop for us. For our bank here. Max out the budget, of course. Nothing important that we want to do there. And let's go ahead and put yet another office. I guess right there makes sense, and alongside that we'll do another modern apartment. I like the way this green building fits in here, so let's go ahead and do that. Quick build these up. And we're starting to get a pretty decent high-rise going. Running into electrical issues, I wonder why. All of our buildings producing... I think they are. We just need another coal power plant, so let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and build it over here. And as a matter of fact, it'd probably be wise to do yet another waste treatment facility. Of course, you want to... If I can figure out where the building is. Waste treatment facility. You don't want too much overlap going on with a lot of different buildings. Waste treatment facility is one of those. And so as we can see right here, actually no. Well, you know what I could do? Okay. See another vision in my mind here. Let's go ahead and move this Teamster's office over here. Move this one over here. And then what I can do is double check I'm doing this right. Yes, okay. We can demolish this road and let's build another tenement across the way here. This time we'll do, I should have done blue. I think that would have fit in better there. And now we can fit our waste treatment facility in right here. Quick build both of these buildings up. Very nice. Max out the budget, refuse incineration. Don't need scrap head scrounging. I don't think that's really worth it on most islands. Let's go and quick build the power plant. I mean, we're making so much money that we can afford to do things like that. I'm still running into electrical problems. Hopefully that will be remedied pretty soon. And just like that, we are hopefully dealing with a bit of our pollution as well. Yeah, it looks like we're dealing with most of it. We should get the tanneries completely away from... Well, honestly, there's no housing around here, so it's fine. This area is very heavily polluted, as we can see, but there's no houses here, so I think that'll be okay. We're also going to get rid of most of this pollution around here, so that'll clean up as time goes on. And we could use maybe one more waste treatment facility around here. And honestly, I could just delete this road, build a road down to here, and just like that we made enough space for another waste treatment facility. No, we didn't. I thought we did. I thought I did something. Okay. So I think what I need to do is relocate this Teamster's office. Put it here. Definitely gonna need to relocate this one as well. Let's go ahead and find a spot for it downtown, I guess. I could have put it here, honestly. That's fine though. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Just delete the road for right now. And I think what I wanted to do was something like this, maybe? Here's an idea. We'll relocate this building over and then do the same to this parking deck. Delete this park here. And that gives us room for another Teamster's office. Just because this is bugging me, I'm gonna move one of these over here. And we'll build a new Teamster's office right here. Okay, I just think that looks a lot better. Let's go ahead, set all the budgets for those. Same thing with all of our tenements, and we can now fit our waste treatment facility right here. Let's go ahead and quick build it. And right here we'll build ourselves a bit of a park. There we go. This area is more or less completely finished. Max out budget, refuse incineration, and hopefully we're starting to deal with our electrical problems. Looks like it. We're just over the limit, so I think this is looking pretty good. I kind of want to move these completely far away. Now that we have free wheels, I could realistically set them up anywhere. I think I'm gonna use this area as kind of like a giant farm. And we won't need to worry about setting up bus stations or anything like that. People can just drive to and from work. Get rid of this, maybe fill in a handful of skyscrapers here. Maybe put like one or two here. And we'll kind of have like this big old downtown area. I think it'll look neat. It just, ever since I made these, they're kind of bugging me. So I think it is time we'll move them pretty soon. before we end this episode, let's go ahead and set up a number of new production buildings. So let's go ahead and go through, set up all of this oil. So there's all of that. Oops. Let's go ahead, build a road down this way. Another road here. Connect them on up, and one all the way down to here. All of those are connected. Just need to connect these ones on up. And that looks fine to me. Just a little bit more road right here. Okay, so there's all of that. Let's go ahead and set up all of the mines that we're going to need. We'll do automated mines for these ones. I'm just honestly going to quick build all of these. We're making so much money that I can just hire this entire workforce for all of this. Plenty of uranium around, so let's go ahead and set all of this up. And there's a gold mine here. I think that is almost every mine set up in the entire game. Every single resource. I want to get that done at least. Looks like we got a little bit of aluminum here. Let's go ahead and, well, I don't know if we have the money for it, or the electricity for it. We should soon. Honestly, by the end of this episode, we should have enough. Let's go ahead and just modernize all of these. It'll be really expensive. That was really, really expensive. And to top it off, what we need to do is build up some substations around. So we only need, we're gonna need like 2 or 3 just for this area. And one around here should deal with all of these gold mines. Let's go find the rest of the mines. All of these up here. One here will do. And then we'll need one just somewhere on this island. Let's go ahead and build the landing before I forget. Quick build that up real quick. Let's go ahead and connect up some roads amongst all of these. You know what I should do? Let's refit this to be a Teamsters port. So there's that. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to make our nuclear power plant here. I think that's fine. Let's go ahead and connect all these roads up real quick. Oof, man. Let's go ahead and demolish that. Build a road down this way. Connect this to here. And build along this direction. And just like that, I mean, I don't like the way this is like a 90-degree turn. So let's go ahead and, honestly, what I could do is build a road going like this, a road going like that, and just connect these all up to each other. I mean, it looks a little bit better. And I think that is every single mine setup. Let's go ahead, quick build up. Oops. All of the substations. And we're gonna need a substation here. Let's go ahead and do that. I wonder if it links. No, it does not. So we need to build. We're gonna need to build two. One here. And well, let's just see how far this one reaches. Still making just so much money. All that money we just spent, we just made it all back. That's so crazy. 190,000. That's almost the $250,000 that I wanted to achieve in this island. So let's go ahead and quick build this. And so there's that. We're gonna need plenty of educated Tropicans pretty soon. We need these guys to finish up their raid. Very good. Okay, so this is going to require quite a bit of electricity, so let's go ahead and build our first nuclear power plant. Very expensive building. And honestly, where do I want to put it? Kind of build it over here, I think. If I can fit two somewhere around here. I think that looks fine. Let's go ahead and connect this all up with roads. And build these guys up. Well, actually, no, we don't need a parking deck because it has road access. Okay, so I think this is going to be the end of this episode. Yeah, we made plenty of progress on this episode. We completely built up, well, I'd say about half of the downtown area. Set up all of the production, at least mineral-wise. We should do fish next in the next episode. Maybe I'll just focus all on fish as our production. Just build up a bunch of fishermen's wharfs all over the island, as well as some, what are they called? The little fish factory buildings. Let me see. They're called fish farms. So build up fish farms. Alongside fishermen's wharfs, get as much fish as we can on the island, maybe build up some canneries for all of that. And then after that, I think I will focus on... Okay, well, next episode, right at the beginning, we'll finish the whole entire skyline. That'll be complete. And then probably we'll have to wait... well, actually, no, I could just hire on a bunch of people because we're making so much money anyways. And so we'll need to build up even more Teamsters offices, probably a handful more housing areas, as well as more groceries, things of that nature. And so it's kind of a lot of stuff that we're going to be focusing on in the next episode. But at least for the beginning of the episode, I'll make it my priority to finish our skyline. And that'll look pretty neat, I think, amongst all of the buildings that we already got going on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to leave a like. And if you want to follow along with future episodes, future series, then be sure to subscribe. Peace.